Hey, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Dyslexic Reader. Today we are doing the orange books that I want to read. If you haven't checked out yesterday's video where I talked about the red books that are on my TBR, here are three of the orange books. This one was a bit harder, so they're kind of orangey more than orange because I'm looking at like books I read last month and quite a lot of them have orangey covers, so I've kind of like used up a lot of my orange books, but these are what we have left. Here is the kind of sneak peek. I showed you a bit of this yesterday because I was going to put up my red pile because it used to have a red spine even though it's kind of faded, but it really is an orange cover. And this is The Golden Age of Myth and Legend by Thomas Bulfinch. I'm very into mythology, especially Greek mythology, and I have just heard that if you're going to read like the best texts about myths and legend, like all combined, Bulfinch is the only way to go. And I've heard it referenced to so many times, like Bulfinch said this and this and this and this and whatever. So I'm not really sure how this is set up, whether it's like all the tales told in separate stories or whether they're woven together or whether it's more like the theories and origins. But I've heard if there's a place to start, even though I feel like I'm know a bit anyway, but apparently if there's a place to really start delving deeper into myths and legends, Bulfinch is a place to start. So I went on to eBooks and picked myself up a copy of this. I was going to read it last autumn, but for some reason I didn't get around to it, and I feel like it's kind of more of an autumn read, so I'm leaving it for maybe another month or two, and then I'll maybe get into this around September time. Then my next one is not going to look orangey to you guys, but it is like an orange copper spine, and then all this, and like the writing on it is this. That's a bit easier for you to see, kind of orange on it. So I decided this counts. And this is Eve Green by Susan Fletcher. Following the loss of her mother, 8-year-old Evie is sent to a new life in rural Wales. With a sense of being lied to, she sets out to discover her family's dark secrets. Unaware that when a local girl vanishes, there is yet more darkness to come. Now, years later, as she awaits the birth of her first child, Eve Green remembers that first Welsh summer. Her lies, her anger, her reckless search for Rosie's abductor, and the lessons she learnt about trust, identity, guilt, and how to survive when love is gone. So, young girl, mother dies, sent to live with family in Wales, and there's like probably like an abduction of another child, and she tries to look into it, but it's told from her adult self looking back, and it's supposed to be pretty good. So that's kind of like all the things I like kind of rolled into one. So yeah, I think this will be a good kind of quick read. My last one, The Spine. The spine and the back and the writing on the front isn't orange, even though the picture is, and that's What Happened to Baby Jane. I love this movie. Have you all seen the Bette Davis and Joan Crawford movie of this? This is a really old paperback. I believe the book came before the movie, but I think that's like the movie picture, so I think this edition probably came after the movie. Yeah, it was first published in 60, but this edition came from 63, so I believe it was probably around that time the movie came out. So this is about a child star, Baby Jane, and she's doted upon, whatever, and they grow up, and she kind of grows out of her fame, but her sister grows into fame. So her sister, who was a nobody when she was a child star, when they become adults, the sister is a more kind of renowned actress, and Baby Jane is kind of just like kicked to the side. And then her sister has a car accident, and Baby Jane she's in a wheelchair, so Baby Jane is her carer, but Baby Jane is not really stable, and we're not really sure throughout the whole narrative like who's lying, who's not telling the truth. It's meant to be like, it is kind of scary in parts, not like what we say today was horror, but it definitely was kind of like thriller, suspense kind of a movie. The movie is absolutely fantastic if you haven't seen it, and it's like, you'll want to read it. I'll read the synopsis because it probably describes it better than I can. Reacting their memories The once great film actress and her sister, ex-child prodigy of vaudeville, live together in a ramshackled Hollywood mansion. So they live together in this house. There's Blanche, one-time idol of millions, now hopelessly crippled, and Baby Jane, with her faded press cuttings, dancing, posing, and singing her baby songs before a decrepit grand piano. So Baby Jane was child star and Blanche was an adult star. Both withdrawn from the world till suddenly Blanche finds new fame. And with it comes a crisis as the reawakened and almost forgotten jealousy of Baby Jane Hudson explodes in an agony of fear for Blanche. The fine sand sprinkled on the meal, the dead bird served with ceremony, and the hopeless feeling of imaginable terror that is still to come. So Baby Jane starts torturing her, but we're not really sure like if Blanche really deserves it or like is Baby Jane just crazy. Whatever. I think I've explained it enough. I'm kind of just rambling now, but it is a great movie. So that is my 3 orangey books that I tend to get to. If you've read any of these, down below. If you've watched the movie Baby Jane, let me know. Missing Legends, I'm sure some people have heard about it, and I'm not sure how popular or how big this book is, so I'd be interested to see if anyone has read Eve Green before as well. That's it for today. I hope you're all happy, I hope you're all healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow for yellow books. Goodbye.